Hey everyone, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Wednesday, July 10th, 2019. All right, so today we have a lot going on astrologically, as is really the case this part of the week. Today we have the moon in grounded Virgo still. So still a great time for taking care of things, doing the work, doing things that require organization or structure in our life. Really good to develop at this time. Now with this, from yesterday's energy, Sun over North Node opposite Saturn, that's starting to lift off a little bit. If yesterday you felt a little bit of maybe needing some balance with your responsibilities, maybe seeing the long-term perspective, needing a bit of that grounded, one step at a time approach, that's starting to ease up a little bit, especially if there were any limitations you felt with that from yesterday. Today, going into tomorrow, we have the Sun trining Neptune, so there is a bit of receptivity coming in that can be quite nice, really good for creativity, imagination, just having a more accepting and receptive nature to our personalities here with this trine. Now going into tomorrow as well, Mars is squaring Uranus, so there could be maybe some erratic energy collectively. We could be feeling maybe impulsive, maybe restricted and wanting to break free and have more freedom in some way. So really good to be conscious of this and ground it in constructive ways. This could be very constructive actually for taking action and initiative towards anything that we do want to see changes with in our life. All right, so let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here is the sky for this Wednesday. And again, we are using the actual size of the constellations called true Sidereal Astrology. For example, Virgo is a very large constellation. We've had the moon here for quite some time, at least the past few days. And so this does change the signs from mainstream astrology, which use an even 30 degrees for the constellations. But yeah, they are different sizes, so we are taking this into account. And do keep in mind, it does change the signs. So if you do notice the signs I mentioned are different, be sure to check out the link down below for more information. All right, so let's take a look here first at the moon's placement. Structural Virgo, themes likely today continuing around things that require self-discipline, doing the work, getting things done, and getting into that organizational, structural, detail-oriented side of ourselves. So great to develop this side of ourselves as well as noticing these themes. And this is all in the context of the solar eclipse cycle that we're in at the moment. About a week ago, we had those new beginnings, new shifts, fresh new start. Now this part of the week, really good to challenge ourselves, see if there's anything we can do to set some intentions, to integrate, to initiate. All right, challenge ourselves to further develop any of these new, this fresh new start from last week. So with all that being said, we do have quite a lot going on astrologically here this part of the week. Today is kind of a pivotal day in the sense that we are pivoting from the energies of yesterday that are starting to ease up a bit today and then starting to get into some fresh new energy going into tomorrow. So the energy from yesterday was the Sun over the North Node and opposite up to Saturn. So with this, if yesterday you felt like you were needing to balance some responsibilities, or maybe you did, maybe you came to some completions with some things from the long term that you were working on or been disciplined about, this energy is starting to ease up a bit today, especially if you felt any of the more stronger Saturn energy of limitation or restriction or anything like that. So that more heavier, denser, responsible energy starting to lift off. But it is still a great day for these things. If there is anything you can do to set intentions to cultivate, again, that discipline, see the long-term perspective, and maybe harvest some of these things that you could have been working on the past 6 months that could be coming ahead and you could be seeing the fruition of it. Really good day to continue to do that stuff. Now with that North Node, there was maybe also a new shift and new development to our life path, or further development from the solar eclipse energy. So do keep that in mind as well. It's still an excellent part of the week for learning, trying new things, getting outside our comfort zone, and again, challenging ourselves. with this also first quarter phase of the cycle. Mercury is also still retrograde, so another good reason to be flexible and adaptive and willing to learn, because a lot of information is changing and we're just generally learning a lot at this time. So going into tomorrow, we do have a couple aspects. The Sun trining Neptune. This gives us some good receptivity on an easier to work with level. We may notice as the day unfolds a little bit more of this accepting nature, more of this maybe creativity, peace, wanting peace, enjoying peace, that space, that presence makes it really good for anything that involves spirituality or intuition or the imagination, right? And just even in relationships, getting into a bit of that receptive, compassionate, accepting side of ourselves as well. Really good here these next couple days with the Sun trine Neptune. Now, along with this, Mars is going to square up to Uranus tomorrow. We'll feel it strongest tomorrow, but as the day unfolds, if you do feel any of this collective impulsiveness or restriction, wanting to break free, you see Mars is the planet that has our needs and our desires, and a square to Uranus. Uranus is the planet of change, wanting freedom, wanting to mix things up. So these parts of ourself, personally and collectively, are in a bit of a clash. And so anything we can do to set intentions to see how can we link up that assertive side of ourself and that side of ourself that wants to induce change in healthy and conscious ways, right? So it could be actually a really good couple days here for maybe making some changes, especially if there's anything in your life that you feel like you could take some action towards and challenge yourself in that way. Or maybe listen to your freedom about, right? Maybe listen to that higher self. There's something here calling us to make some change with our true self in some way. So our life or our actions or our desires link up better to our true self. So listening to that and setting intentions, doing it consciously can be very, very constructive. But this will be mostly tomorrow, and I'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. Also, this square to Uranus has a trine to Chiron. So there is a bit of healing energy, maybe feeling a bit rejuvenated with our assertive side and ability to take action and initiative going into tomorrow. All right, everyone. So that's the day in a nutshell. Again, pivotal kind of day, easing up off of some of that denser Saturn energy if you felt it. But again, it's a heightened part of the cycle, meaning good time for cultivating responsibilities, long-term perspectives. We're still moving across this lunar cycle, solar eclipse cycle. So still some developments to our life path, maybe from yesterday in particular, coming into today. And then into tomorrow, some of this receptive energy coupled with this, what could be very good constructive energy for taking initiative towards some change and for that freedom and for our true self, and maybe some healing along with that. Okay. And then again, the backdrop of the day, as it has been the past few days, is around Virgo. What can we do that requires a bit of organization, a bit of day-to-day routine perhaps, again, self-discipline to get things done, do the work, take care of things with the moon in Virgo. All right, so everyone, have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time for the next daily video. Take care.